Leanne. Great topic, which is self-discipline. Great topic I haven't talked about, and I like it because that's definitely one of my challenges. And there's a lot of different ways we can go with self-discipline, so there's a lot of different things we can cover with it too. So yeah, that's a great topic. Self-discipline. Well, I am not, in the traditional sense, I am not one for self-discipline. I was never really good at it, or I still am not. I can be when I need to be. Usually it's when I have something passionate. That's when I can be quite disciplined. And that's with everything. We will find the discipline to get something done when it's coming from the heart. When it's stuff we don't want to do, yeah, it's really tough. Why would you want to if you don't want to do it? Sometimes we feel we have to, but like going to a job you don't want to do until you can find a new one, and that's fine. You can find the discipline, and you'll find your own ways to do that. But it also benefits you to then take steps to find another job. Don't just stay stuck there, but you can make the best of it while you're there, and you can find ways to, if that's your motivation to leave, then you can use that as motivation to motivate yourself. So do things to coax yourself into doing things temporarily that you feel you have to do but don't necessarily want to. And if there are things you don't have to do and you don't want to, then don't do them. That's just my personal. So with me, with self-discipline, I just kind of move in my life. So I don't put a lot of disciplines. I don't really believe in them. If you like doing that, some people like to do that. It's fine. Whatever appeals your potato. If it's something you're passionate about, then just hold on to the passion and feed the passionate part and make sure you're enjoying it. And then that's all you'll need to motivate yourself to get that self-discipline. But if we make it too regimented, so a lot of times even people will do things they've wanted to do, but they almost sabotage themselves. Some people. I'm talking more the ones that everything in their life is on a schedule or a plan or a mission, which is understandable. I'm not attacking anybody, but there are people out there that, if you look in their lives, there's always on some special new diet, and they're doing some new special spiritual thing they're looking into, and they're really getting into it, and they're taking up yoga, and they're trying to exercise 3 times a day, and they're doing things that they're interested in, but they're doing it in a way that's so regimented and so much pressure on themselves that they're forgetting or don't even know they have the right to enjoy it. And so then it becomes something they don't want to do. So that's why they don't last long. At first they're excited about it. So why was it? Is it because they were wrong in all these things? Well, sometimes those are the cases, but we see in the specific, more extreme case that I'm talking about, that there's just endless new things they're always doing, and then they grow tired of shifting from one thing to another. And that's okay. It's okay to play. But if it's always, but what I'm talking about, if you're someone who just plays in a lot of things, that's different, and enjoys them all, and then when they don't serve you, you move on, that's fine. But I'm talking about the ones that always feel they have to have all these things in place, and then when they change, it's because they now feel unsatisfied again. So if you're feeling that unsatisfied and you're always shifting things, that's what I'm talking about. Not playfully shifting, but just constantly needing, I got to find something else to occupy myself or to do or to... So really, I think we'd see there's a lot of hiding in there too, filling a space that we're not tapping into. So always go inward. Always, in all things. It's really the reason behind it all. Anything we're doing that's not serving us is a reflection of running from that, I feel. What else can I say about it? So, yeah, self-discipline. So the extremes that I'm talking about, so they're putting all these things in place, and they're always changing, new things they're trying, and then they become dissatisfied and try something else. So it's I feel that one of the reasons too is because they've made it, because they were enjoying it at first, but it's because they made it something they didn't want to do. They made it regimented. Things of the heart are to be free. So as soon as you put a schedule on it, sometimes you got to put a little bit of a schedule, but as soon as you start putting too much pressure, too much schedule, too much planning, and too much controlling, because that's it. It's the mind trying to control what the heart was doing. What the heart wants to do is be free and play. So think of it that way with self-discipline. So some discipline is good. I'm not saying forget all discipline, but the best way is to always go from the heart and feed the heart and do it from the right place, and try to keep everything out of the mind and keep it straight what you're doing. When you're trying to fulfill yourself, you do it here, you don't do it here. A lot of times we go up and we're doing it in here, and it is. We entertain ourselves for a while. But then in all things, we see it in spirituality too, then it becomes unsatisfied because you're in the wrong place. The whole point of doing the things that we love or that we're interested in is to experience them and enjoy them and be joyous and play in life and the experiences of life. And that's a heart thing. And so as soon as we start controlling it by the mind and trying, okay, this is the game, it's like an adult walking into the schoolyard and telling the children how to play. Do you think if you had a school and the teachers came out and the entire time they walked around going, no, Susie, you hold the rope that way, and Timmy, you hold the rope this way and do it that way, and hey, Bobby, no, use 3 marbles, not 4 marbles. If like totally micromanaging the play and telling them how to play and all this stuff. If they were doing that, how many days, weeks, or months do you think would have to pass for all of those kids would not want to step into that schoolyard? You see what I'm saying? So discipline is an adult thing. We want to live from the heart. Some discipline can serve us when it's to achieve the things we love. And if we do it in a light way, if we just keep feeding the feeling and really enjoying and focusing on that, we'll just naturally get disciplined. And that's what I find is I'm most disciplined when it's projects I'm passionate about. And I'll still sometimes, I'll lose it a bit and I'll have to get on myself a little bit and go, come on, let's do this. But often life will offer you, if you're working from a place of not acting from the mind but moving from inspiration, then even if you get a low spot in a project or something something you've been taking up, as long as that's the bulk of where it's been coming from, it's been a movement that you've been thoroughly enjoying and keeping out of here and keeping it free, then even if you have a low spot, you'll come back to it again. So there's no worries. You know what I mean? So lighten up. Use discipline when it serves you to move your passions and get the things done. Best way to be disciplined in that sense is to coax yourself with carrots. Writers, we often do this a lot. Writers will, if we're really stuck and we can't get past a chapter, or we have a block, or it's just we don't have a block, we have the ideas, but now we've become lazy or scared of continuing, then we'll coax ourselves. We'll say, hey, if you do this, then tonight we're going to go do this and this and this and this. So, if that works, you can, whatever works for you. But make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Coax yourself if you need to, and try the discipline from that. But don't be on yourself on anything, because it won't work. It's like dogs. We're kind of dogs in the sense of what I'm about to say, which is the old expression, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But we do see, as dogs get older, they less and less like to do what they're commanded. They just want to do what they want to do, you know what I mean? Actually, we see elderly people too. They're less interested in the rules. They want to walk across without watching the lights, and that's what they'll do, you know what I mean? So it's kind of in our nature to begin with. They don't like being told what to do, and young or old. And so we're like the dog who's just getting tired of getting pulled on the leash, so the dog sits down and refuses to go. So we're kind of like that. So when we start putting a chain around ourselves and we're pulling and going, come on, we got to do this, we got to go to yoga, we got to go to yoga, we got to go to yoga, we got to go to yoga. Guess what? The heart's going to say, woof, I ain't going. So keep it fun, keep it light. Definitely use a little bit of discipline in a softer way if you absolutely need to with things that you really want to do. Sure, but just keep it in the heart. Keep it fun, keep it in the heart. And don't worry about so much. And you might walk away from it for a while and you might come back to it. Just keep it all light. Keep it out of here. Keep it out of here. Have a night.